Hey kid, it's Dad. Today's question is, where did you find that? We're going to talk about 5 different businesses that you need to locate in Thailand. A lot of this is going to be focused towards new expats coming here. These are places that you definitely need, but kid, you need them too. The first place that we're going to has to do with Thailand being Thailand. The reason these things are on this list is because, like I've said before, Thailand does things a little bit different. One of those differences is paperwork. Oh my goodness, the paperwork. In duplicate, in triplicate. And if you don't want to go broke with printer ink, you are going to need to know where the closest copy shop is. And that's going to be our first stop. Here, coming up on the left, is our closest copy shop, which, let's see, they are currently closed, but there it is. So you're going to find that when you go for a job or really get anything official done, you are going to need lots of copies of your passport, your lease, your work permit, lots and lots of different things. So it is going to be vital that you know where a copy shop is. Now the good thing is everybody knows this in Thailand, so copy shops are plentiful. Next, number 2. I talked about in episode 5, keeping yourself clean. What I didn't mention was laundry. Your mom and I are lucky here in our second apartment. We've got laundry on premises, but not everybody does. Now, a place just recently opened across the street, but that wasn't always there, because the in-house laundry breaks down from time to time, and you need a secondary place to go. So again, we're lucky right now, but our first place did not have a laundry. So we had to go hunting. We had to go look for a place. It's not down that street. So I got out and I hoofed it. I was, well, no, this isn't the one either. I had to walk down streets like this all around my neighborhood until I found a place with a bunch of clothes hanging outside. This one is tricky on Google Maps. Google Maps is going to steer you to some strange places when you look for laundry. But let's see. Up here. Here's our street. So this is what I was looking for, right? So it's on the right-hand side, like where that red sign is. Ah, see all the clothes hanging out there? So this was my place where I was able to drop my laundry off for the first year and a half that I was here. This is really important to find. Find one place and then find a backup. There's a backup. There's little things like that. Little places where you can get your clothes washed on the street too, so that's something else to look out for. Number 3 is about clothes. If you are a Westerner coming here, you probably do not have the same build as Thais. If you do, if you are short and thin, 2 things I am not, Thailand is going to be a wonderland for you when it comes to clothing. It's going to be as cheap and as plentiful as street food. You're going to have an awesome time and find some really interesting wild clothes. It's going to be great. For me, not so much. Your dad is a big dude. For big guys, and for tall guys, and heaven forfend, you're big and tall, finding clothes is not going to be easy. So there's 2 ways to combat that. 1, bring clothes with you, as many as you can. Things that are going to be hard to find. Things that you're comfortable in. Especially pants. The other way to combat this is to fix your clothes. And that's where we're going next. Next we're going to the seamstress, or the tailor. This is something else that can be hard to find, and it can be weird looking on Google Maps. Google Maps is also going to lead you to some strange places. It's going to be hit or miss if you're looking for them on your own. but this is still something that you absolutely need to find, because I have had my clothes repaired so many times. Of course, another way to combat this is to buy something whenever it fits. Kid, I used to have a style. You know, used to be kind of a stylish guy. I had my own kind of clothes that I would get. I'd think long and hard about what kind of clothes I'm gonna wear. What does it say about me? You know what my style is now? My style is it fits. If it fits, that's my style. I've got so many shirts that I don't know, but they're just word salad. They make no sense. They say weird stuff. I don't care. It fits. And that's what's important. This seamstress we found because it's at our local market. We've just pulled into Tailor. That means yellow market. And you're going to see when we come around the corner, there's lots of little shops. These are the things you need to look for when you're at your local market. Because your market doesn't just have fruit and veg. It also has lots of these little shops around. Not every market, but most of them. So you got a variety, different kinds of shops here. All right, so here comes our seamstress. Here it is. Yes, they know me well. Now, something about clothes being cheap as chips here. Thais need to get stuff altered a lot. A lot of clothes are made here in Thailand. A lot of the clothes that show up in little markets like this are overstock, so they need to get altered. Whoa! Oh, this is just a mess. So we're about to go into another lockdown, and everybody is trying to get everything done before that happens. So that means that every place that we go is super, super crowded today. Everybody's trying to do the same thing as us. All right, so number four. Number four is your local clinic. Now, you don't just need to know where the clinic is for when you get sick. Remember what we were just saying about paperwork? Well, just like you need a bunch of copies for everything, one of the things that you need copies of when you're doing anything official is you are going to be asked for some kind of certificate of health. And you can get that at your local clinic. So when you start working or when you change jobs, if you apply for things like a vehicle license, and for all kinds of weird, out of the blue stuff, they'll just ask for a health certificate. There's no rhyme or reason. You just get it. I've learned not to argue about these things. A bonus thing is to know where your local dentist office is. Dental care is pretty cheap here, so there's lots of dental offices. What you'll want to do is look at reviews. Now, here is a case where it's the exact opposite of some of those little things like a seamstress and a laundry. There's lots and lots of reviews for different dentists here, and when you look on Google, usually Google will automatically translate the reviews for you, so you can get an idea of how happy people are with the dentists. Every dentist I've ever gone to here speaks passable English, and there's nothing worse than having something wrong with your teeth and not being able to go anywhere, not knowing where to go. So know both. Know where your clinic is for paperwork, and know where there is, know where your dentist's office is. And stop in, set up a relationship with them. Get your teeth cleaned. It's cheap. There's really no reason not to do it. Our last place that you need to know where it is your bank. Once again, we are coming back to paperwork. Yes, there are going to be times when you are asked for paperwork from your bank. There are strange times that you will be asked for bank paperwork Something else that you will need to go to the bank for different things, different unexpected things. Know where your local brick and mortar office is. First, you'll need to be there to not just set up the account, but to set up your online banking. You have to be there at the branch to do that. Now, finding your branch, again, might not always be easy. Oftentimes, you're going to need to go to the mall. Unless you're in Bangkok, there's not a lot of standalone banks. Usually there is a bunch of banks all grouped together at your local mall. Something else, which bank you go to really matters here. They're all connected in some way, but in the ways that you need, they're not all connected. A lot of times you will have to get stuff from the bank that you opened your account in. So if that's far away, that's going to be trouble. So if you are moving, get your paperwork in order before you need to have something. Remember what I said about paperwork? Comes in here too. Thailand is still on the bank book system that my grandma used to use. Even my dad didn't use a bank book. All right, kid, those are our 5 places. If anyone watching has got this far and you have not yet subscribed, please do. We have new content every week, and we'd be happy to have you along for the ride. We hope that you found this stuff useful. Until the next video, I'll see you later, kid.